Hello and welcome to Buddhist Scholar Global's weekly news highlight. I'm Dr. Justin Whitaker, Senior Correspondent for BDG. This week we highlight the news that the Buddhist scholar Deepak Anand has announced plans to create a Buddhist pilgrimage documentary based on the path of the Buddha and the pilgrim Xuanzang's journey journals. We'll look back at recent BDG news and features about Deepak Anand and Buddhist pilgrimage in India. But first, the news. Buddhist scholar and journalist Deepak Anand, who has undertaken a 2,200 kilometer overland pilgrimage to retrace the footsteps in India and Nepal of the influential 7th century Chinese Buddhist monk, scholar, and translator Xuanzang, a project known as Retracing Bodhisattva Xuanzang, has announced plans to produce a documentary video series inspired by his travels, which will focus on the sublime wanderings of the historical Buddha Shakyamuni and subsequently by Master Xuanzang. Our proposal is to make a documentary series focusing on the sublime wanderings of the Buddha, or Buddha Charika, with a new perspective on places, routes, and rituals, as elucidated in the descriptions of the 7th century monk scholar Xuanzang. We will divide the Buddha Charika into 16 thematic stories or episodes Anand shared with Buddhist Scholar Global. Through his own pilgrimage, Anand, a researcher at Nava Nalanda Mahavihara University, has sought to raise awareness of some of the lesser-known jewels of India's vast Buddhist heritage, as well as the formidable and far-reaching legacy of Master Xuanzang himself, the influences of which are still felt today. Anand explained that the pilgrimage is currently limited to 8 great places associated with the Buddha: Bodh Gaya, Kushinagar, Lumbini, Rajgir, Sankissa, Sarnath, Shravasti, and Vaishali. But the ancient Buddhist literature, especially the travel log of Master Xuanzang, elucidates on a very elaborate Buddhist pilgrimage that include many lesser known places associated with the Buddha and his important disciples. Xuanzang, who lived from 602 to 664, is widely acknowledged as one of the most illustrious figures in Buddhist history, noted for translating a wealth of Buddhist scriptures from Sanskrit into Chinese, and for embarking on a 17-year overland pilgrimage from China to India, which also took him to what is now Bangladesh, Nepal, and Pakistan, where he lived for more than 13 years. Xuanzang's time in India included 5 years at the ancient monastic University of Nalanda, a great center for Buddhist learning, where he acquired knowledge of Sanskrit, Buddhist philosophy, and Indian thought. While the majority of Xuanzang's sojourn in India was spent at Nalanda, he traveled widely, visiting every known sacred site connected with the life of the Buddha. It is this aspect of the Master's legacy that Deepak has highlighted and replicated, seeking out sacred sites and historic relics spread across some 15 Indian states. Anand's journey to explore the sublime footsteps of the Buddha across Indo-Gangetic plains is based on fresh interpretations of the travel accounts of Master Xuanzang. The journey began in February 2020 and has to date spanned 2,200 kilometers. The proposed documentary series aims to promote both historical and cultural aspects from both Buddhism and Chinese-Indian relations, including a showcase of Master Xuanzang's elaborate pilgrimage, including lesser-known Buddhist shrines in the vicinity of the principal shrines of the 8 great places, details of the contributions of the Emperor Ashoka and subsequent kings in the development of the Buddhist pilgrimage. Next, a showcase of Master Xuanzang's travel log as a key document for preserving the sacred geography of the footsteps of the Buddha in the Indo-Gangetic plains. And finally, a showcase of the potential walking pilgrimage trails connecting Buddhist sites and shrines identified during the Retracing Bodhisattva Xuanzang project. Last year, BDG's senior editor Craig Lewis wrote in depth about Deepak Anand's journey, covering his planning, his work with Indian officials, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and his early journeys. Also writing about Narendra Modi, BDG senior writer Raymond Lamb discussed the Xuanzang Memorial in Nalanda, India in 2017, examining the complex history of Sino-Indian relations as they involve Buddhism's long past, present, and future. Lamb writes that herein lies the potential core of Sino-Indian harmony via Buddhism. How can we celebrate this shared past and the religious exchanges that have had an effect on both nations? How can we celebrate each other's Buddhist heroes, especially those who crossed the Sino-Indian border? How did they influence modern Chinese and modern Indian Buddhism? Perhaps there should be more memorials built or exhibits organized around these early religious and political exchanges. These might be seen as mere gestures, but at the cultural level, they offer recognition of both the religious heritage of both nations and of the religious bond that is shared. You can find more about these BDG news and feature articles covering Deepak Anand and Xuanzang's journey in India in the video description. Let us know what you think about the importance of Xuanzang's place in Buddhist history and future Sino-Indian relations in the comments below. And as always, be sure to check out our website, buddhiststore.net, for more on this story, as well as other news and features about Buddhism around the world.